what we have here is the new Carrera Cup Great Britain car for 2011. It's the type of car that ran last year in the Porsche Super Cup, supporting a number of the Grand Prix rounds, and now for 2011 we have it in Carrera Cup Great Britain. The big change is that we have for the first time the 3.8 litre flat six that comes from the GT3 RS, producing 450 horsepower. We also see, when you look at the front of the car, you can see that also for the first time we have wheel arch extensions that show you that it's now got a much wider front track, and it's generating significantly more downforce with revised aero that again comes from the GT3 RS road car. What we have with wider track is initially more stability, particularly under braking, more outright grip in most situations, high-speed corners, low-speed corners, and of course also supports the fact that the car is generating a significant amount more downforce with its aero package. Starting at the front of the car, you see a completely revised front air dam, front air intakes. The airflow management through a car like this, be it a road or a race car, is absolutely critical. You can see that at the front of the car. We've got a wider front body, a wider rear body, and significantly more downforce with a larger rear wing that's also mounted much higher on the car to create about 80% more rear axle downforce. The unique thing about the GT series Porsches is the relationship between the GT road car and the GT race car. So this model is a GT3 Cup, specifically for Carrera Cup and One Make Cup racing. And the GT3 RS, of course, is its very, very close relationship. Over 80% of the parts of these two cars are common. This car's actually built on the line at Zuffenhausen and then finished at the Porsche Motorsport department in Weissach. So there's a very, very close relationship, and the development engineers sit together in the same department, so constantly there's a positive flow of information and development from the road car to the race car and then back again. So you can see the closeness is in this relationship between the fact that this Cup car for the first time has a 3.8 litre 450 horsepower flat six, and of course that's the exact engine that's in the GT3 RS. It's a 450 horsepower 3.8 litre flat six. When you look at the front of the car, you can see that they carried the same style of bodywork with a wider front axle. So all through the car there are aspects and elements that you can feel in the road car that are in the race car, and when you drive it you really get that strong sense that this is something very, very close to how a race car would feel, and that's really why GT3 RS is really a track car that you can use on the road, and the GT3 of course is a road car that you can use on the track. So if you look at the back of the two cars, if you compare the back of the GT3 Cup race car and the GT3 RS road car, you can see some vents that let heat out. They are on the road car, developed from the race car. And if you look at the airflow management, what's going in through, over the back screen and in under the rear wing and in through, you can again see the same similarities that have been developed from race practice and developing through to road practice. So a real point of difference with Porsche is that the stand you see here has real cars that influence our road cars, and from the very start for Porsche, from 1948 onwards, the racetrack has always been Porsche's test track. You can see that with the 911 GT3R hybrid, but also you can see it with our GT3 Cup car and the GT3 RS, that the racetrack is where we develop cars that, because of that, behave totally differently on the road. Real enthusiast sports cars.